Damaged Black Sea flagship sinks in the latest setback. By Adam Schreck. Kiev, Ukraine, the flagship of Russia's Black Sea Fleet, guided missile cruiser that became a potent target of Ukrainian defiance in the opening days of the war, sank Thursday after it was heavily damaged in the latest setback for the Moscow's invasion. Ukrainian officials said their forces hit the vessel with missiles, while Russia acknowledged a fire aboard the Moskva, but no attack. The U.S. and other Western officials could not confirm that caused the blaze. The loss of the warship, named for the Russian capital, is a devastating symbolic defeat for Moscow as its troops regroup for a renewed offensive in eastern Ukraine after retreating from much of the north, including the capital Kiev. The Russian Defense Ministry said the ship sank in a storm while being towed to a port. Russia earlier said the flames on the ship, which could typically have 500 sailors aboard, forced the entire crew to evacuate. Later it said the blaze had been contained. Ship had the capacity to carry 16 long-range cruise missiles. The removal reduces Russia's firepower in the Black Sea. Also a blow to Russian prestige in a war already seen as a historic blunder. Now entering its 8th week, Russia's invasion had stalled because of resistance from Ukrainian fighters, bolstered by weapons and other aid sent by Western nations. During the first days of the war, the Moskva was reportedly the warship that called on Ukrainian soldiers stationed on Snake Island in the Black Sea to surrender in a standoff. Widely circulated recording a soldier explained, "Russian warships, go expletive yourself." The Associated Press could not independently verify the incident, but the Ukrainian had its supporters consider it an iconic moment of defiance. The country recently unveiled a postage stamp commemorating it. The news of the flagship's damage overshadowed the Russian claims of advances in the southern port city of Mariupol. Moscow's forces have been battling Ukrainians since the early days of the invasion, and some of the heaviest fighting of the war, horrific cost to civilians. The Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Major General Igor Konashenkov said Wednesday that 1,226 Ukrainian troops surrendered at metals factory in the city. Vadim Dmitrenko, advisor to Ukrainian's Interior Minister, rejected the claim, telling Current Time TV that the battle over the seaport is still ongoing today. It's unclear how many forces were still defending Mariupol. The Russian state television broadcast footage that it said it was from Mariupol, showing dozens of men in camouflage walking with their hands up and carrying others on stretchers. One man held a white flag. Mariupol has been seen as some of the war's worst suffering. Dwindling numbers of Ukrainian defenders are holding out against a Russian siege that had trapped well over 100,000 civilians in desperate need of food, water, and heating. The mayor said Monday that more than 10,000 civilians have died in the siege, and that the death toll could surpass 20,000. Weeks of attacks and privation left bodies carpeted through the streets, he said. Mariupol's capture is critical for Russia because it would allow its forces in the south, which came up through the annexed Crimean Peninsula, to fully link up with troops in the eastern Donbass region. Ukraine's industrial heartland and the target of the coming offensive, The Russian military continues to move helicopters and other equipment together for such an effort, according to the senior U.S. defense official. Will likely add more ground combat units over coming days. But it's unclear when Russia would launch a bigger offensive in the Donbass. Moscow-backed separatists have been battling Ukraine and the Donbass since 2014, same year Russia seized Crimea. Russia has recognized the independence of rebel region in the Donbass. The loss of Moscow could delay any new wide-ranging offensive. Maxim Marchenko, governor of the Odessa region, crossed the Black Sea to the northern west of Soviet post Sevastopol, said Ukrainian truck, the ship, and 2 Neptune missiles caused serious damage. Russia's defense ministry said ammunition on board detonated as a result of the fire, without us saying what caused the blaze. Had the main missile weapons were not damaged. In addition to the cruise missiles, the warship also had air defense missiles and other guns. Neptunes is an anti-ship missile recently developed by Ukraine and based on the earlier Soviet design. The launchers are mounted on trucks stationed near the coast, according to the Washington-based Center of